There are some things about Warzone that every player should know about Realism. So today in this video, I'm going to go over 10 things that players should know about Realism in Warzone. Let's get into the video. Welcome back to Game Shame. Number 10, it replaced normal quads. This mode replaced the typical quads that players are used to, which has been met with mixed feelings. Some love for the new Realism mode, while others wish for an option to be able to choose one or the other. However, this tactic forces those in teams of 4 to play it in order to fill the server queues and maybe help a few see just how great this mode can be.
Ammo you have until you check your actual loadout. You don't know how much money your teammates have. You can't tell if you downed an enemy player. Also, you can't even tell how many people are left in the game. You want to talk about
Number 9, it will be temporary. The good news for those who prefer the typical Warzone style of play is that this mode is only here temporarily. Players can bet that this will make a comeback in the future or be added to the game permanently in some way. As it did receive relatively good feedback from players, it will be interesting to see how they incorporate this mode into the game next, as many players are sure to miss
For a
it.
PC, there's all kinds of options. Sometimes even on a public network this will work. So that is why I want to put this out. I haven't seen a lot of videos on a temporary way.
Number 8, increased headshot damage. The developers wanted to make this game mode more challenging, so they increased the headshot damage onto players. It makes it more interesting and accuracy becomes pertinent in this mode because of it. There is one thing to keep in mind during gameplay, especially when a player is about to enter a fight with an enemy team.
We don't have normal health bars. I had to come up with a calculation based on the number of pixels on screen the bars moved. Here you get to see the very ugly screen I look at while doing these tests.
Number 7, no mini-map on the player's screen. The HUD is limited in this mode, and one of the biggest changes is that there is no mini-map on a player's screen. This means that shots will no longer pinpoint enemies' location, and it can be harder to find a way to the next circle as the map is no longer constantly there. UAVs become a weapon of choice for many as it allows them a brief reprieve from this map loss. It is a bit of an adjustment, but many love the challenge and immersion that this mode offers them.
For some reason, it didn't bother me that much. But as I'm watching these gameplays that I recorded, I'm watching like the times that I'm dying, and I'm seeing that I literally had no map awareness whatsoever.
Teammates can only be seen on the main map. It was already stated how there is no mini-map, which means that players can only find their teammates by pulling up the main map. This can make things more difficult, especially when teams have that one player who runs off completely every chance they can. Teams have a tendency to become more split up because of this, as it adds another thing for players to keep in mind during gameplay. Number 5, bullet counts disappear. Players often rely on the bullet counts at the bottom of the screen to ensure they have enough ammo. It also helps them make sure that their weapon is always reloaded, but this mode takes this off the front screen. Players can still check on their ammo counts by pulling up their inventory, although it still takes precious time to do so, which could lead to their premature death. Number 4, hit markers are removed. One of the other big changes that players either love or hate is the removal of hit markers. This applies to both the visible appearance of the symbol as well as the sound that accompanies it. Players in this mode often have no idea if they downed an enemy or even broke their shield, leaving a lot up for question. It makes them think tactically, as it is often a gamble whether or not they should rush it, as it is unclear if an enemy has died or not. Number 3, player shield counts are also gone. Shields are an important part of every game as they help a player to stay alive for longer. Unfortunately, this mode doesn't keep a player updated on how many shields they have left, or even if they are close to death. It adds a lot of stress to a situation as they are forced to constantly try and refill their shields or gauge when to do so in the middle of a fight. Number 2, the number of players alive is kept secret. Many rely on the player count at the top of the screen to make tactical decisions, as it will show them just how difficult it can be to enter the next circle. This mode keeps that number a secret, so players are constantly in the dark about what decision to make next. This loss of the number of teams and players left makes some players nervous, as they are unsure how many teams might be waiting around the corner. Number 1, kill streaks are random. Kill streaks are a great thing to pick up off of a dead body, but a player will not have any clue what it is. It does not say in their inventory or on their screen what kill streak they happen to have in their possession. Many use them at random, but if it happens to be a UAV, then players hate to waste it when it is not truly needed. Especially because when you use a UAV in hardcore modes or realism modes, the map actually starts to appear, so you can actually have a mini-map for a decent amount of time, which is a huge advantage on its own. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.